went through a lot of money, lost it all. Got to a point where I had literally £7 in my bank account. It was probably the worst period of my life, financially and mentally.
Specifically the older generation, they would think the only way to really be successful is to just work hard in a job 40 years.
Imagine losing every day and you still got to get up the next morning and go again. I heard a thing a long time ago, don't take advice from people you wouldn't swap places with.
Yeah, the story you're telling me was crazy, and I think a lot of people would definitely feel motivated and inspired by your journey.
When I told my parents I wanted to do trading,
you're gonna lose so much money.
I can't do this. Not even 9 to 5, just working for anyone, for me, is just not how I wanted to do things. You have to work smart. If working hard made you rich, my dad would have been the richest man in the world. You know, he worked harder than anyone I know. To make a lot of money, you've got to do something that 99% of people are not willing to do.
I'm interested to know where that mindset of yours came from, because did you have an entrepreneurial family? Does your mum or dad work in?
Nah. I always made the joke with my parents, am I adopted? Because I'm nothing like either of them. They would never believe me. I think to get to a level of success, you have to be ridiculously obsessed with getting rich. Like I said, whether it was football or business, but the goal was always money.
It's crazy how quick your life can change. So today I'm here with Alex, my good friend, tech entrepreneur and forex trader. Welcome to the Dubai Entrepreneurs Podcast, bro.
Thank you very much for having me, bro.
Yeah, man. So the other day we were sitting in your living room and you were just telling me a bit about your story, and I thought, you know what, we have to get this recorded and jump on a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's been quite the journey.
Yeah.
Had some massive downs.
Yeah.
And some huge highs. You know, we've got to Dubai, made it here, so we're doing something right.
Yeah. The story you're telling me was crazy, and I think a lot of people would definitely feel motivated and inspired by your journey.
Yeah.
So let's start right from day one. So you initially played football.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a bit about that. What actually got you into football initially?
I mean, I've always been a footballer since very young, since I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
My dad was never into football, but he managed my teams throughout all my youth years. We then realised I was quite good, so we started to get into district teams and some like pre-academy sort of teams. And then when I got into my sort of late teen, 15, 16, I was like, you know, people start getting jobs now. I need to...
You realised you had something there that could potentially work.
I was convinced
I
was going to be a footballer. My parents would say, you need to get a job. I'll be a footballer.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Your eyes were set on being a footballer.
It was only football.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had like trials for a number of teams. The biggest one was a team in Madrid, Spain. It was a 3-week trial. I was there for 2 weeks, and the manager turned around and said, you're good, but your Spanish isn't up to what it needs to be in order to sort of, you know, integrate into a football team here.
Yeah.
I taught myself Spanish because I had Spanish friends.
Yeah.
So it was a bit gutting that it was my Spanish which was sort of letting me down.
Yeah. Is that quite a common thing then? Because I would have thought as long as your skills are good, it shouldn't matter if you can't speak the language.
I think it wouldn't really matter. Yeah. But for a kid who, you know, I was 18, trying to get into it, it was sort of, well, if you can't speak English, if you can't speak Spanish, there's probably someone as good as him who is Spanish.
Yeah. I guess from their perspective, it's just one less thing they have to worry about.
Yeah, why do they want an English kid when they could have a Spanish kid who's just as good?
Yeah.
So I came in from that, gutted, like I got into I was really low, almost depressed. I wouldn't say I was, but I was almost depressed.
And you were in your late teens at that point, right?
So that was 18.
18, okay.
I was almost there, and it was difficult to sort of handle the rejection almost, you know, it's being told sort of you're not good enough. Because let's face it, if I was better than all their players, it wouldn't have mattered whether I spoke Spanish fluently or not. So I had to get a job at Argos, started working there in the warehouse, night shifts.
Yeah.
And football sort of took a bit of a backseat.
Yeah.
I was then approached by an agent I had quite close contact with, and he said, look, I can get you trials in Portugal. Are you free next week? I said, yes.
The dream was reignited.
I was like, yes, I'm there. Yeah. Like, I can be there.
So you were working at Argos for how long until you got that call up?
A few months.
Okay.
I worked the Christmas period at Argos because they always need staff in the busier times.
Yeah, so that must have felt like the longest 3 months of your life.
It was horrible. You know, like I said, I was borderline depressed. It was night shifts.
I can imagine. Especially at, 18, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible. So he said, let me just sort it out. I'll get back to you. But all right, I'm buzzing and thinking I'm going to get a trial. It was at a huge club in Portugal. The next week came and I heard nothing from that agent since. So that again was just like got me up and then just wiped me out.
Yeah.
And then I sort of thought, I don't want to play football anymore. You know, if it's not pro, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I just worked at Argos, and I kept working at Argos, and you know, I played football on the side for local teams, but didn't.
Was that semi-professional?
Yeah. But I just didn't enjoy it. The semi-pro sort of amateur football in England, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Is it enough to make a living playing semi-pro in England? What kind of figures are we looking at on a monthly basis?
At one of the best semi-pro teams, you're probably looking at a couple hundred a week, £250 a week.
Risky.
Some people, you'll get the odd player who will get like 400 or 500.
Yeah.
But that's like 1 in 10,000 players who will get that. The average should be like, the teams I was playing in, people on like 100, 200 quid a week at like a maximum.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot. And
you need a second job.
Everyone.
Not a full-time hustle, yeah.
So I sort of thought football's not going to happen. So I just kept working at Argos, then started getting into sort of business, started reselling clothes on Depop and Vinted, just trying to do something, because no matter whether it was football or business, the goal was money.
Yeah.
I need to make money. This life,
you have to make it happen.
This life is not, it's not for me. I can't be working at Argos. You know, with all due respect to anyone that was working there,
yeah,
that to me was the very, very, very first step making any money. That wasn't a career.
I'm interested to know where that mindset of yours came from, because did you have a entrepreneurial family? Does your mum or dad work in?
Nah.
So they're standard employees.
I always made the joke with my parents, am I adopted? Because
you're against the grain, cut from a different cloth.
I'm nothing like either of them.
So both of your parents work a 9 to 5?
Well, my dad was in the military.
Okay.
And in the fire brigade.
Right.
So a really hard-working man.
Yeah.
You know, sacrificed a lot. Just the model Brit, as you would say, like served the country throughout. Yeah. And my mum, she worked a job in the financial industry. So I started, you know, doing these sort of businesses. Mm-hmm. And
what were you selling? So you said you started reselling just like
clothes. I'd buy loads of clothes off Depop.
Yeah. And then just
take them to some guys in Bristol and offload them all at once.
Okay. And was that enough to make a decent living, or was that just literally
on the side? It was like a couple hundred quid extra a week. Yeah. But it's good. Like I was earning maybe 1,600 quid at Argos and then getting an extra £800. It's nice. Rolled it. It was okay.
Side hustle, yeah.
But I realised doing that, where I wanted to get to, which I now realise is where I am now. Yeah. The world works differently than it did 20 years ago. You have to work smart. Mm-hmm. If working hard, made you rich, my dad would have been the richest man in the world. Yeah. You know, he worked harder than anyone I know. So reselling is great, but to scale it to a level of even doing £5,000 in a month, you need to be huge. Mm-hmm. And there's so many people trying to do the same thing.
I think because it's a thing where it's not a high income skill, really. Anyone can start it.
It's just like a job. The more people can do it, the less pay it is.
Yeah.
So to be able to make, you know, the biggest resellers in the country, there's maybe a few who do amazing.
Yeah.
So I thought I need to do something different. At the same time, I was done with Argos. I couldn't do the night shifts, working in a warehouse.
Mentally you were done, or you actually quit at that point?
Mentally I was done the first day I walked in. I quit after about a year.
Okay. So that was a long time to ride it out.
It was meant to be 3 months of the falling through trial in Portugal. So I did another 9 months just to earn money, to keep my parents off my back. That was it. Yeah. But always in my mind, I had business, what to do. Remember when PlayStation 5 first came out? Yeah. I was getting them straight off the lorry from Argos, whack them on my social media and sell them before I left my work shift that day. So I'll get them in for £450. Have them listed up on my Snapchat for 700. Next day, go deliver £700.
Crazy.
Just little things like that.
Is that even legal?
It is reselling, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
I was buying it as a on staff discount or whatever.
Right, okay.
So, you know, it was good, but like I said, to get to that level, you've got to do something different. Yeah. I think got a better job working for a water company, a bit of a like out on the streets checking.
An engineer type.
Like that, which was better. Managed to get myself a decent car. Got a Mercedes A-Class. You know, started to feel a bit better about myself. And I semi-enjoyed the job for about 2 months. And then again, it was, I can't do this. Yeah. You know, that whole, not even 9 to 5, just working for anyone, for me, is just not how I wanted to do things. Yeah. I didn't like being told what to do. Mm-hmm. I didn't like the fact, the main thing for me was,
You're stuck to a schedule and you have to stick to that schedule.
yeah, well, I heard a thing a long time ago. Don't take advice from people you wouldn't swap places with.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these guys telling me that I haven't hit my target by 0.1 of a metric in work, thinking, bro, who are you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
They were probably, 20 years older than you?
Yeah, exactly. And I just think like, what am I doing here? So that's when trading came into the picture.
Interesting, yeah.
Because not the only route, but, I wasn't the smartest guy in school.
Yeah.
So a career in, doing a high level job where you get paid 100K a year, I wouldn't be able to do that. So this trading was sort of one of the only options that I actually had.
So for you, was it a process of elimination in terms of finding the trading route? Because you tried a whole bunch of things. You tried the 9 to 5. You obviously tried the professional footballing thing.
Yeah.
You tried the reselling thing. You then came across trading. How did you actually come across trading? Was it just through?
I think
research?
everyone has seen trading online.
Yeah.
And everyone
You
would
like the idea of
assume
that online money space.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, we've got to make a lot of money, you've got to do something that 99% of people are not willing to do.
Yeah.
Committing to something like trading is not for the weak. I would bet every penny I had then that every person I know would have quit if they went through the things that I've gone through in that trading journey.
Yeah.
So it was, start to learn trading and try and get somewhere. I quit my job, the water company job,
Okay.
pretty quickly into this trading sort of journey.
So what was that timescale? Because I've heard that it takes you 2 years to become profitable on average.
Yeah, that was
So you took a proper risk leaving a
8
stable
months.
job. Okay.
And I was nowhere near good enough looking back.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. I went to Marbella for a month.
I remember you saying, yeah.
Thought I was, thought this was it.
Yeah.
Trading. I'm in Marbella, living.
Living the life.
And got home from Marbs, sold the A class,
Just to get money back into your
14
account.
grand.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next 6 months, that 14 grand disappeared from trading.
Painful.
I had no idea what I was doing.
So you were trading with, I guess, lack of experience.
Yeah, just thought that I wouldn't admit. In hindsight, I should have gone, I'm not good enough. I'm going to go and get a part-time job and do trading as well.
On the side, yeah.
Too stubborn, arrogant almost, like, no, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't working, so I went through a lot of money, lost it all, got to a point where I had literally £7 in my bank account.
Yeah.
Couldn't even buy moisturizer. So
Crazy, yeah. And at the time, did your parents know that you lost all of this money? So you
They
just
knew
kept it
nothing.
quiet?
my
Yeah.
parents knew nothing for a good 2 years.
Oof.
Again, because I didn't want to admit that I was
And
failing.
they didn't have any suspicions of... Did they know that you were trading though?
Yeah,
Okay.
but they thought I was making money trading.
Right.
So, it was difficult mentally as well, trying to sort of keep up this image. How did your trading go this week? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I was inside, again, I was crumbling. Like, it was probably the worst period of my life, financially and mentally, because it was so difficult trying to battle through. Imagine losing every day and you still got to get up the next morning and go again.
Try
Go
again, yeah.
And you have to keep.
So
again,
at what point did things change? Because you were trading for what, about 8 months
yeah, from when I quit.
from when you quit the job?
So up to then, that was probably about just like a year in.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't a year experienced because I wasn't putting in the time that I should have, that you would expect from someone doing it for a year. So I had to go back and get another job, part-time in a warehouse again, done full loop,
You're running around the loops.
back
Yeah.
to a warehouse. And again, horrible place to work, but had to do it to make some money.
Yeah.
Things started to get a little bit better and eventually managed to sort of get out of that warehouse after a good few months and start to make things click, start to build on towards where we are now.
Out of all of those jobs that you work, so Argos and the engineering water job and the warehouse, which would you say was the worst?
I would say the water company.
Yeah. Why was that? Because it was out and about, or?
It was the best job on paper.
Okay.
But
Was it the best job financially as well?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
But I think because it's so like corporate,
Yeah.
you've got management,
Yeah.
you've got targets.
Yeah.
In a warehouse, I could go around the back, go on my phone for 10 minutes and know this company got meetings, catch up with your boss. You got loads of other employees that you have to engage with and talk to. So it was the one that started the best.
Introverted?
Quite introverted. Yeah, I would say so. If I can just sort of do work by myself, I'd rather just do it by myself, or with like someone I was quite friendly with. Having to work, with a 60-year-old bloke one day, then two 40-year-olds the next, I just didn't like it at all, and it was very corporate. Although I was out and about, you still had those corporate aspects to it. So that's the one. I just hated it, man. I absolutely hated it. I had to get out.
Yeah. So then at what point did you eventually become profitable, or when did things start to connect for you in terms of the trading?
So it was in the stint of the second warehouse job, started to click somewhat. It was slow, but then that sort of led us into, where I got in the next stage, or sort of having a bit of a community, which obviously makes you more money, having your own group and things like that. So that was because that's like the path everyone seems to take, like having your own group.
Yeah.
And go for it that way.
Yeah.
But it was good. It lasted a while. But obviously now that's stopped. But at the start, that was sort of the goal to get to. Get to that, you'll make more money from people paying you or whatever else.
So it's interesting you saying that, because I think, there's a stigma with, people doing forex signals.
Yeah.
We've got the big guys on TikTok. I won't say any specific names, but they've been baited out for scamming a lot of their customers. Would you say there's a huge stigma in the forex signal?
Yeah, I think when you say trading, people think scam.
Yeah.
Not even just scammer. They just think trading as a whole is a scam.
Yeah, I think like the older generations, so like our parents, they just think any type of investing is a scam.
And you know what? When I told my parents I wanted to do trading,
you're gonna lose so much money.
I fell out with my dad quite a lot.
Really?
Over it.
Yeah.
Because he was, again, hard-working man. The only way to make money is by working hard, not by clicking some buttons on a computer. Yeah.
And I think that relates back to what you said earlier on about it's about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in aspects, working hard will get you places, but working smart is the way now. Yeah. So they would tell me, don't be stupid, get in the real world. I used to say, just wait till I'm in Dubai, wait till I'm doing this, wait till I'm doing that. And they would never believe me. So it was a great feeling to sort of prove to them when I went home with that first big month. I think it was like 17 grand. Yeah. To go back and say,
look at me now. Yeah.
Look at this. And in all fairness, they were very happy. Of course any parents would be happy. I think it was more relief.
Yeah. You finally made it work.
Yeah. Because the biggest worry for any parent is their child. Yeah. They don't want their child to be a failure. They don't want them to do bad things. So for them to sort of, okay, he's done something good. He's done well. Was a bit of relief for them, and I was happy to sort of, because I think I caused them a lot of stress through those years because they were uncertain.
I think they wanted you to follow a particular path.
Yeah, corporate.
And you obviously went down a different path. I think that's the case for a lot of parents. Like even for myself as well, I come from a Nigerian household. Most parents, specifically the older generation, they think the only way to really be successful is to just work hard in a job 40 years. But we're in a new age right now. It's the online money, and there's so many different ways to become successful. It's not just about working a corporate job for 40 years.
My parents would have been happy with that.
Yeah,
my parents would have been so happy with that. If I would go and get a job paying £3,000 a month, have a nice 2-bed semi-detached house, that's a decent way of living for most people. Yeah. But that was just not how I saw my life going. Like I said, whether it was football or business, it was to be rich. Yeah. That was the only option. Now, I think the reason I wasn't a footballer was because maybe I was destined to do something else. Yeah. I think everything happens for a reason. But the goal was always money. And it still is. I think to get to a level of success, you have to be ridiculously obsessed with getting rich. Yep. And it's not a thing of no days off. You don't. Of course, you take days off. I spend days doing nothing, but it's keeping the consistency of that ball rolling, never letting the ball stop.
I agree.
Moving on to something new, something better, improving, whatever it is. That was what I had set out to do. And now it's it's still the same now, even though it got to a place where it's better. Still the case every day.
Yeah. So what would you say success actually looks like for you? Is it just about getting rich and living a good life, or?
I would say, I think success is if you asked me this question 3 years ago, I'd said millionaire.
Yeah.
That's success.
That's success. Just purely finances.
Just money.
Yeah.
But now I can sort of see, don't get me wrong, money does make you happy. Whoever says money doesn't make you happiness has never, that's what rich people tell everyone else, so they don't take their money.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
money
there definitely is a high correlation between happiness and money.
But I used to think that was it. When I got this point, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But now I can still say I'm not 100% happy.
Yeah.
If a year ago I dreamt of being in this position, but now I'm dreaming of being in the next position.
Yeah. There's always that next goal.
So what is success? Success is, I think, peace with yourself. Happiness obviously is correlates with peace, and financial. I think if you're at peace with yourself, your life, how you look, what you have, you're happy with things you have, where you live, what you're doing, then it doesn't matter whether you're earning £5,000 a month or £10,000 a month.
Yeah. And most importantly, if you don't have your health, what is all this money?
Yeah, 100%.
For?
100%. I think your health, your family and friends come first. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But I've always told my parents, they said that they used to say, oh, well, if you get ill, money doesn't mean anything. I think it does. You can buy better healthcare. You can buy your way around these things.
I think we live in a world where life is stressful, right?
Yeah.
But if you're financially prospering, that's just one less thing to worry about. If you're financially secure, it's just one less thing to have to think about on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of people I speak to have the mindset I did when I was 19, 20, 21 of money, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that is true. I'm happier than I was. But there's more to it. I like helping people. I think helping people is massive.
Yeah. I think it's because you've also found a niche that you actually enjoy day to day.
Yeah.
Like you said before, you were working that engineering job, that water job, but you just didn't enjoy it. Now you're actually doing something day to day that you actually thoroughly enjoy.
I would rather earn £5,000 a month doing what I do now than earn £10,000 a month
working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that would ever happen, getting 10 grand a month in a warehouse, but yeah.
But it's true. And people go, oh, but you said money makes you happy. But there's everything else surrounding it. It isn't just money in the pocket. If it was just money in the pocket, you're going to do some really crazy job and get a load of money for it, but you're not going to be happy doing it.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. So going on to what you've currently got set up now.
Yeah.
You've recently started a software technology platform.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about that and what it means.
Yeah, so obviously I mentioned I had the trading group. Now that was, like I said, the first thing I went into, but it wasn't the ultimate sort of place I wanted to be. People get into trading groups to make a bit of extra money, and it's not guaranteed, Not everyone that joins that group is going to make money, which I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that someone could join my group and not make a success out of it.
Yeah.
So it was sort of, how do I help those people who are serious? And that's how the Trading Cube was born.
So the Trading Cube is your new platform?
Yeah, that is, it's indicator-based software.
Yep.
Unique strategies, indicators coded to fit our system with a full educational package.
So instead of just sending signals to a group, you now actually train your students how to actually conduct their own.
It's for people that want to trade for themselves.
Yeah.
We've made a complete education program so people can watch videos and essentially learn how to trade themselves.
Yeah.
With a community group as well.
Behind it.
Talk to other users, interact with myself. It's given people that are serious the best possible chance of succeeding. Like I said, a big part of success is helping others.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is where I had the sort of motivation to do this, to help those people that really wanted it. And there's not a lot of opportunity for trading because you're either going to get scammed, sold rubbish, or lied to.
Yeah.
All those three things happen very often in trading.
Did that happen to you when you initially started out your?
I've been through a lot of trading groups
Yeah.
when I was like 18, 19. Not badly, a few £100. And to be honest, no, I haven't been stung like ridiculously bad. But I know of cases where, people have lost up like £7,000-8,000 from joining someone's group. And I just thought that way, like, I believe a lot in good karma.
Yeah.
If you do good,
You'll receive.
you'll get, it's all those things sort of go towards why the trading cube and the software was created to help these people who are serious. And, it's a community of like-minded people that all want to succeed, and they all have the same system to do so.
Yeah, yeah. So when they sign up to the platform, what materials are they provided with?
So they get the files, the actual software files.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important. They have that for life. It's not something that we can take away from them.
Yeah.
So they take the software files, they get access to our community group and the education system. We do plan on doing a lot more things. Obviously, it's relatively new business.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of things planned, like group trips, things we get added into the system, make the system better.
Yeah.
But for now, those are the things that they get immediately. I think tools-wise, I think that's along some of the best tools they'll get in the industry.
Yeah. And in terms of the actual students that sign up to the platform, is it focused more on people who have absolutely no idea what trading is and they just want to get started? Or is it more intermediate traders or advanced traders? What's the kind of demographic? So anyone.
If you're an advanced trader, you're going to pick it up quicker.
Yeah.
Because you won't have to study the little things.
Yeah.
If you're a beginner, you'll need a little bit more help, but you can still pick it up. It will take you a bit longer, but you'll still pick it up because the strategies and the software is coded to make it so simple that, a dummy could do it.
Yeah. So I could call my grandma right now and get
100%. Like,
group. Yeah.
I've thought about telling my parents to trade.
I wonder how your parents would take that, actually. Just knowing how they feel
it.
about entrepreneurship and
aspect.
It's the same for me. Obviously, a lot about what I do on the side, and my parents as well. They're still not interested in investing, even though they see the benefits and what I'm making on a month-to-month basis. They still have that element of thinking it's a scam or thinking it's a bit too risky for them. It's just a older generation thing.
It's a different world.
It's a different world, yeah. They obviously grew up in different times. There wasn't social media.
Yeah.
Social media wasn't as big as it is today. But yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate.
I think, I don't blame them. The older generation, I think probably from like 40 upwards, they sort of missed the new wave.
Yeah.
I think as a 24-year-old, I'm right in the sort of middle of the technology generation.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. That is how they were told, this is how you make money. You go and work hard. There's no better. For me, what my dad has done, although, I don't think is recognized enough, but what he's done is more than anything I could ever accomplish. Serving in the British military.
Yeah.
And
how many years?
I think military was like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And the fire brigade was like 27.
That's commitment.
So, saving people's lives.
Yeah.
And not rewarded for it. I could never do anything that good, but I think my equivalent of that would be to get to a financial position where they can sort of just rely on you. You can help them on a regular basis. That's the end goal for me, I think, is, to not retire my parents because my parents are already retired. Yeah. But I think a lot of people now, especially in the UK, struggling a hell of a lot.
You just want to be able to give back to them.
Yeah, just help.
Thank you for...
Yeah, like I think an upbringing is everything.
Yeah.
Whether it was, mine was sport related, football related. They'd drive me to every corner of the country to play football, pay for my flights overseas, whatever it was. They would support me because I believed I had a dream and they wanted to support that. Just because that specific dream didn't work out, the overall dream has, they're a massive part of that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very proud of where you're at right now.
Yeah, I'd hope so. But I think it's weird. You probably think it yourself, but you don't sort of realize where you are.
Yeah.
I never sit back and go, wow.
Yeah.
Even a year ago, I would have dreamt living in Dubai, having a company, making what I do, having a nice watch, apartment in Dubai.
It's crazy how quick your life can change.
Yeah.
You've been here for almost a year now, right?
Yeah.
What made you come to Dubai specifically?
I think the answer that everyone thinks immediately is tax.
Yeah, everyone.
But it's not predominantly that. For me, the number one thing is safety.
Yeah.
It's the safest place in the world.
So you're originally from Bristol.
Yeah.
Is Bristol quite a dangerous place, or what's crime like in Bristol? I've never actually been.
I wouldn't say it's, obviously you got your major cities, Manchester, London.
Yeah.
I think obviously they're going to be worse due to population, but I didn't like it. It wasn't a nice place. Let's say that Bristol wasn't a nice city to live. It's where I come from. I like going back.
Is it a good place to live in your teens or early 20s?
I think that
the reason I say that is because I spent a significant portion of my teens and early 20s living in Lincolnshire. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
It's in the East Midlands.
Right. Okay.
There's not much to do there at all. It's full of cows, lots of grass, not many young people at all. It's very rural.
Yeah.
So for me, coming to Dubai now, I mean, I grew up in London, so I spent the first 15 years of my life living in London, and then moving to Lincolnshire, that was a huge contrast. And then now moving to Dubai, I'm like, I don't think I could ever go back.
No, and I think it's not just Bristol. Obviously, Bristol is all I know.
Yeah.
Also, Bath was very close, and Bath, I like Bath.
I like Bath. I've been there, yeah.
Nice, but I think it's the UK as a whole. It's not just Bristol. Obviously, everywhere in the UK has good places, bad places.
Yeah.
I think to be an entrepreneur, to be someone, to really achieve the highest level, you cannot stay in your hometown.
You need to get out of your hometown.
You have to.
I think it's just about getting yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, 100%.
The moment you get out of your comfort zone, that's where you grow the most.
Yeah. I think leaving Bristol, I always wanted to do it, but it was never realistic. It's like, where'd you go? There's not many places. Europe, a lot of Europe now is the same as the UK. Just a bit hotter.
Did you actually consider other places?
I was thinking, I thought about Marbella.
Okay.
Like Malaga, but...
Why specifically Marbella? I mean, I know...
I think Marbella is my favorite place in Europe, I would say. I think it's the Dubai of Europe.
Yeah, they say that. But what specifically is it about Marbella that you like? Is it the party life?
Not at all the party life. Just it's a wealthy place.
Yeah.
Nice things.
There's a lot of English there as well.
There is, and a lot of rich people.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to go and connect.
Be inspired.
Talk to people. But that wasn't realistic. I think Spain is not much different to the UK, besides the weather. So I looked at Dubai, and I came out in Dubai on holiday last year. And as soon as I got here, I was like, I have to live here.
Yeah.
I think it is nowhere's perfect, but I think as close to perfect as you can get is Dubai.
Yeah.
And I think it's only getting better. So the decision to move here and business wasn't just financial. I would happily, pay 50% tax if I was guaranteed safety, clean cities.
Yeah. Healthcare.
Cost of living's good, but it's not. In Europe, it's struggling. Here, it's all, I've already experienced the healthcare. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Efficient, very efficient.
Very good and clean, very, very clean.
Yeah.
Obviously, the financial side of the UAE is brilliant. So it was the best decision I made. And I think, people go, you should go there to avoid tax. The fees I've got from business.
Yeah, you were telling me the numbers
add up
the other day, yeah.
To what I would have paid in tax in the UK anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a financial thing.
Sorting out your visa, setting up a business, it's not cheap at all. There's
yearly,
and it's ongoing as well, so it's not just a one-off fee. Yeah,
it's expensive, but I'm willing to sort of pay that.
Yeah,
to live in such a great place, a safe place, and a place where you're surrounded by like-minded individuals. I think that is the key to growing. You're a product of your surroundings.
Absolutely. If you hang around with 4 millionaires, you're going to be the fifth. And
I strongly believe that. I think if I stayed in Bristol, I would have stayed where I was and slowly fallen off.
Yeah.
But being in a place where, I thought I was doing well. You move to Dubai.
You realise you're not a big dog anymore, yeah.
You're a small fish.
That's exactly how I felt.
In the ocean.
Yeah.
So it's good. I like it. I don't like thinking that, I've done really well.
Yeah.
I saw Bugatti the other day and I think that guy's got a £1 million car. What's he doing?
Yeah. It gets the brain thinking, what more can I do?
Yeah, I think that's also another factor what drive the software company. It was, trading's great, but to really start to push on and have something, another factor to portfolio, a software company, the scalability of that is ginormous.
Yeah,
And in a place like Dubai, it's the place that you would want to scale a tech company.
absolutely. Yeah. So would you see yourself ever going back
To live?
to live in the UK?
No. I'll never live there.
Even when it comes to eventually raising a family, would you be happy to raise a family here?
No. Here,
Here.
Dubai.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would?
Dubai, I
Okay.
would, yeah.
Because I asked some people, some say yes, some say no.
Here I would.
A lot of people, well, not, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but some people just want to make a lot of money in Dubai
And leave.
and then leave. But I'm kind of with you in that mindset of, I just don't think I can ever look at the UK the same now that I've experienced life out here.
Take away the UK, where else are you going to go?
That's the thing. So I was dead set on leaving the UK, and obviously, you know, you need to consider your options.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a predominantly English speaking country.
Yeah.
So that significantly reduces where you can go.
Yeah.
Australia, America, obviously the UAE, well, Dubai specifically, a lot of people are expats. I was never going to go to Australia. That's way too far.
Yeah.
The US, I'm not even going to, that's a whole different conversation. So it just led to Dubai, and I think it's just the best place, and I don't think I would ever go back.
I think people say like, oh, I wouldn't raise a family here. And you hit them with the question of, well, where else are you going to go?
Yeah.
The only option realistically for us is the UK.
I think people think Dubai is just, you know, bright lights, nightlife, city life. Money, but there are beautiful communities. I actually interviewed Beth. She was on a recent podcast, and, you know, she's got a family out here. She lives in a great community, and there's just so many communities out here that are very family friendly. So it's not just a lot of young people just wanting to make money. Dubai is actually very good for if you want to raise a family.
I think raising a child here, you would have to, you know, they would be very shielded.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
They
wouldn't
grow
have
up
that street sense.
If you grow up in the perfect world, it's like the Truman Show. Have you watched that?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched
Truman grew up in an artificially made world that was made for him.
He's
safe.
in a bubble his own
He was in a
life.
bubble.
Yeah,
He didn't know anything else. And I think that's like Dubai. It's so perfect that if you let your kid grow up to 10 years old and only be in, you take them to Europe, they'll walk around on their phone and it will get taken out of their hand within a second. I think that's the only downside. And that's not a fault on Dubai's part. That's just because it is so perfect.
such a great place. Yeah,
It everywhere else lets you down. So yeah, I've thought about other places. I've thought about like Puerto Rico.
okay. I've never heard anyone say that before. Yeah,
Because it's, you know, it's another 0% tax place.
yeah. Someone lives
American.
there. Jake Paul and Logan Paul. I think they moved
A lot
there.
of traders move there from America. A lot of US traders
it's not
move
too
there.
far. Yeah.
Because I think it is a US territory.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think it is. A lot of them move there. It's relatively safe. It's hot. It's like tropical, I think.
Yeah. Bali's another place. We were speaking about this the other day, and you mentioned you weren't a fan.
I think, and it's going to be quite controversial, but I think people that move to Bali because they can't afford Dubai.
Okay.
Because I think Bali has the houses of Dubai, but realistically, the actual country, Thailand or Bali, they're nowhere near
It's developed. Yeah.
as
It's
even
a
the
completely different
UK.
vibe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's massive, and I think you can have a great house in Bali for 50 grand. You step outside your door, the streets are broken,
You're
riddled
in
with
rice fields.
there's stray animals everywhere. You know, it's not
somewhere.
it's
where
not
you
like the
wanna
West.
live. Yeah. Yeah.
For me, that's just
It's
not,
a different world. Yeah.
yeah, and that's no dig at anyone that lives there. But for me, I just
not your vibe.
couldn't. You know, the houses are great. I see some people they got nice houses with a nice pool, but you can get that in Dubai. The difference is the actual country. The UAE is massively developed.
Yeah.
Indonesia and Thailand are nowhere near.
I'm going to be a Londoner forever. And, you know, I'm here in Dubai now. So I've learned to just not be so set in stone and just reassess things as life goes on. You never know how your situation changes.
I think for now, obviously, the goal is just to keep building,
Keep scaling.
building
the training
blocks,
queue. Yeah,
building blocks. And you've got to see where life takes you, you know.
definitely.
In a year ago, I wouldn't have thought I was moving to Dubai.
Yeah.
So things just happen, don't they? And you'll go wherever you're meant to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the business-wise, taking your business to like Thailand or something like, or back to Europe, would sort of, I think it would negatively affect it purely financial reasons. I don't think anywhere has the sort of
tax advantage
that the UAE does.
Yeah.
So I think moving out of here would affect you financially anyway. So why would you want to leave?
Yeah, you'd be doing yourself a financial disservice.
I think so.
Yeah. Would you say you find you're fulfilled with what you're doing right now? So obviously scaling the trading cube. Would you say you found your calling in life, or?
I don't know. I think someone asked me literally a few days ago if I was happy, and I don't think so. I think happy. I remember Tyson Fury, watching the Tyson Fury documentary, and he said, I make £200 million in a fight, but that's not at all what makes me happy. And I think I can massively relate to that. Unfortunately, not financially.
Yeah.
But
one day,
in the same way that I think you'll get to a point, like I said, I think helping people is a massive fulfillment feeling. So I think when I can help a lot more people, obviously that comes with money. You need to make a lot of money to help others. Is the Trading Cube the thing? I'd say it has the potential to be something massive and something massive I can take forward, but it's going to be a hell of a journey. I think it has helped mentally. Just trading for yourself is draining.
Yeah.
Having come to asking questions and admire you and want to be in your position, that's a nice feeling. So that does make you happier, but that ultimate feeling of like content, I don't think it's there yet.
Okay, so you still feel like
there's more to do.
Yeah.
I think the journey is, I think we're not even 10% of the way.
I mean, we're still young, man. We're in our 20s. We've got a whole life ahead of us.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to do, and I'm looking forward to. I own a software company.
Yeah.
That's still crazy to me.
Yeah.
That I own a software company. I back in the day, I would think the owner of a software company. Wow.
Looking back at when you were working at Argos, you never thought that, would you?
Which is crazy. So it is not a dream, but you're sort of in a scenario, in a situation where it would have been a dream.
Yeah.
Now, if you had laid out this portrait of where you are now, back to when I was in Argos, I would have gone, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah. Going back to 18.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
I think I'm a strong believer in you can't lose if you don't quit. Obviously, I didn't quit, but I did a lot of things which would have negatively impacted that journey out of desperation.
Okay.
So I think the advice, although I never did, in theory, quit or say I'm not doing this anymore, I think I would have been a lot more calculated and just sort of relax, like chill out, like you're 21. Yeah. You don't need to be a millionaire tomorrow. Because that was the thing. Get rich. I don't need to be a millionaire.
Did you feel like you almost became obsessed with the idea of getting rich?
Yeah. And
at a young age?
I still am. Although I'm doing well for myself now, there's still that obsession every single day.
What more can
I'd message you at 4:00 in the morning because my brain is just ticking, because it just doesn't stop. Whether it's about money or business or whatever it is, my brain continues to tick. I don't know if there's something wrong with me.
You're an entrepreneur, man. That's the trait of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but it's, I think it is that constant. And I think that's why a lot of people say, I want to own a business, or I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a trader. They don't understand what comes with that. Yeah. I would love, honestly, and I mean this, I would love to be all right with a regular 9 to 5. I would love that because it makes life so much easier. Mm-hmm. You've got an income, you've got a house, you have a car, you'll get a pension. I would love to be able to accept that as my life because it makes everything so much easier. This life that we've chosen is more difficult than anyone can ever imagine.
It comes with its ups and downs. It's not always.
I've had months earning. I've had months 17,000.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's huge up and downs, and I think that's why a small percentage of people actually succeed, because there's so much you have to go through to even get to. I would say I've got an ounce of success. Yeah. To get this ounce of success has taken 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years for an ounce. Think if you want a kilogram.
It's a long journey, man. I think the average millionaire is 40 something.
Yeah. That's scary.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's scary. I want to do it a lot quicker than that.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are worldwide numbers. I'm assuming in Dubai, those numbers are a lot more reduced.
I think I've tried getting away from being obsessed with numbers, you know.
See, I'm a numbers guy.
Your bank account goes from 100 to 101. It's made no difference in your life. But I used to be, not literally recent, obsessed with the number in my bank account.
Yeah.
Now,
we were talking about this the other day. Yeah.
But now it's like, I need to see the whole picture. I'm not going to run out of money. I haven't got to be scared of that.
Yeah.
I'm equally not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. So I haven't got to stress about that. Just go with the journey, keep going with the business, keep going with your trading, help people, and you'll get there. You know, it's going to happen. If you're that obsessed with it and you're that dedicated, it's going to happen regardless.
If you don't give up, you can't lose. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. And I
just learn from mistakes. You learn from your lessons.
Yeah. I think every day, if you can just do something to not just improve yourself, but improve business, whether it's hopping on a call, making some content, helping someone, you're slowly getting towards that end goal, whatever that end goal might be.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your views on documenting your personal journey on social media?
I think it's good. I mean, obviously you do it yourself. I think
for me, that's where the majority of my Dubai network has come from. Like even the boys at Pod Partnerships, we met on social media. They introduced me to you. I think the power of social media these days can only benefit your business. And if you're documenting your journey and you're being authentic about it, people are almost going to buy into the business. I think it's an easy way to scale a business.
I agree. I think that sort of came to light when I moved here, and I wasn't really too sure what LinkedIn was about until not too long ago, and realizing that everyone wanting to get somewhere is on LinkedIn. There's now that entrepreneurs group we have on WhatsApp. I think documenting, it gives people an insight to who you are. You're not just someone on a screen.
Puts a face behind a brand, a business.
Yeah, and they sort of see what type of person you are. And I think if you're, especially here in Dubai, where everyone knows everyone, the network's massive, but it's quite close.
Yeah.
You get in, like you said, those guys, the Pod Partnerships, not only have I seen them through social media, you have, and now me and you are sat here, we both know them. Now we're in the entrepreneurs group with them and loads of other people.
Yeah.
So it's...
Shout out to Ashley and the boys.
Yeah, it's given... I'd say not a huge network at the moment, but a nice size network that I want to grow for sure.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So what would you say is next for you? If we're looking at things on a 1 to 2 year timescale, where do you want to be at the end of 2 years?
I would say 100 people in the trading cube. I want the trading cube to be... I'm not obsessed with trading cube being ginormous,
You prefer quality over quantity.
Not everyone wants to be a trader. Not everyone's got the discipline, the attitude to pursue trading full time. So 100 people all going at something together, that's unbeatable for me. So I want the trading cube to be...
Because the trading cube's big on community.
Yeah, it's all about community and helping each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing for the trading cube is getting it to a good number of members and growing upon that and doing group activities and meetups and bringing new things to them to help people. Yeah. I think financially, I want a property, not to live in, but to rent out.
Yeah.
Want to purchase my first property.
In the UAE?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within the next year, I'd say.
Nice.
Buy my first property.
Diversify your income a bit.
Yeah, and put some money somewhere and have a passive income coming in.
We need to get you in the stock market as well, man.
To everything. I just want to, put my hand in as many different pots as possible.
Yeah.
And just grow, man. I think I've grown a lot myself since being in Dubai. It's weird because my bank account has sort of followed.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
Naturally it would.
Yeah. Which is weird, like trying to tell people that it costs a lot to move here, but moving here has made me more money.
Yeah.
How? It just does.
The Dubai effect.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 1 to 2 years, just get to a point where the trading cube is fully sort of self-functioning, have employees doing the work, and then diversifying in a property and dipping our hands into other sort of avenues.
Fantastic, man. Great. So where can viewers find you?
Instagram, AJ O'Neill, and then thetradingcube.com if you want to get into some trading and become a trader.
Perfect. Alex, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast.
Thank you, bro.
Okay.